The Yankees are off to an historic start in 2022, racking up win after win after win. However, this team still has some concerns. In this very special episode, we'll break down 10 potential Yankees trade targets that have been floating out there in the rumor mill and see which ones make sense. Number 10, Ramon Laureano. Despite the Yankees' outstanding start to the season, questions remain in the outfield. Joey Gallo has played over 115 games with the Yankees since being acquired in 2021, and fans have grown tiresome of his all-or-nothing approach, especially with his mostly nothing results. So a lot of this list will focus on outfielders. One outfielder that could be considered is Ramon Laureano of the Oakland Athletics. He's a right-handed hitter, and he absolutely punishes lefties. Laureano is just 27 years old, and he's one of the better outfielders in the league. His chase rate is in the 80th percentile, and his strikeout percentage is in the 65th percentile in the league, so he's going to make contact. He is the epitome of an under-the-radar move, but because he doesn't hit righties as well as he hits lefties, he might not be the perfect fit for what this lineup needs. Another player that the Yankees might consider is Ben Gamel, old friend. He came up with the Yankees. He was a 10th round draft pick of the Yankees by Brian Cashman, and right now he is currently on the IL with a strained hamstring, but he could be back soon, and he might be just the kind of under-the-radar move that Cashman would want to make. He's got an expected batting average in the 93rd percentile. He's in the 89th percentile in walk percentage. He's got a very good chase rate. He's in the 88th percentile there, 70th percentile in the league in speed, and he sprays the ball all over the ballpark, and he doesn't make much money. I could see the Yankees being a favorite to land Ben Gamel before the deadline.
I thank everybody for making this night necessary.
Number 8 is Bryan Reynolds. Now, the Yankees apparently called about Bryan Reynolds this winter and kind of balked at the asking price to trade for him. Since then, he's having an okay season. He is kind of underwhelming if you look at his StatCast metrics. A lot of blue on this list. Average exit velocity is in the 36th percentile. Barrel rate is down. Strikeout percentage is below average. Sprint speed is pretty much the only thing where he's top 20-ish% in the league or so. I like his spray chart. You see a lot of singles up the middle and the opposite way. He's got some power. He's a switch hitter. However, the cost to get him compared to the underwhelming metrics make this an unlikely deal, in my opinion. Number 7 is Frankie Montas. Now, Frankie Montas is one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball. After him, there's not really any great pitchers that are available for trade. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Derek, why would the Yankees trade for a starting pitcher when their starting pitching has been phenomenal thus far? And there's a couple of reasons. One, there's the old adage in baseball, you can never have enough pitching. Number 2, the season is a little bit compressed this year because of the lockout. That means pitchers are going to have to work harder. It's already been a very hot summer. You don't want guys to wear down or get injured before the playoffs, so it might not be a bad idea to go to a 6-man rotation for a while. Now, if you look at Frankie Montas' StatCast metrics, they're really, really impressive. That means you're going to have to trade a lot to get him, but the Yankees have already proven that they have some good young arms in the minor leagues. If I were evaluating this deal, I would say that the Yankees would be better off staying put and using one of their minor league arms like J.P. Sears or Ken Waldichuk to supplement the rotation down the stretch.
Manager for the Yankees.
Number 6, Wilson Contreras. Now, Wilson Contreras is a name we've seen thrown around for the last couple of years. The Yankees wanted to replace Gary Sanchez, and a lot of fans wanted them to do it with Wilson Contreras. However, I think Jose Trevino and Kyle Higashioka have done such a great job working with the pitching staff, which is, of course, the most important thing that catchers can do, catch, that I don't think the Yankees want to upset the apple cart, to borrow a phrase from Michael Kay. I don't think they want to ruin that relationship, get rid of either one of those guys, or create any kind of disruption in the pitcher's rhythm because they've been so great this season. I do not see Wilson Contreras as being a likely possibility. Cedric Mullins is another name that you've seen thrown around out there. He is a center fielder from Baltimore. He's a left-handed hitter. I like that he's got a small strike zone. He's just 5'8". He's got a nice spray chart, and he's one of the better defensive players in baseball. 91st percentile in outs above average, and in the 72nd percentile for outfielder jump. As you can see, he's very fast. His offensive metrics are not very impressive, and the traditional stats kind of align with that so far this year. An OPS under 700 at the time of this recording. Another reason that this trade could be tricky is that Cedric Mullins plays on a division rival, and frankly, the Orioles might prefer not to trade one of their star players to a division rival where they would have to play him over and over again for the next several years, presumably. I don't think this is a realistic trade possibility, but if the right price comes along, Brian Cashman should consider it.
The luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Number 4 is Tyler Naquin. I find him to be a pretty good fit. He's a veteran 31-year-old outfielder for the Cincinnati Reds who might be energized by jumping from a last-place team to a first-place team and having a real chance to win and contribute in a pennant race. He's got a sweet left-handed swing that hasn't produced huge traditional numbers, but maybe getting him some protection in the lineup could help. His StatCast metrics cast him as a impressive hitter pretty much across the board. He's above average in exit velocity and expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, and he barrels the ball up quite a bit. One place that's kind of a concern is that he's only in the 32nd percentile of strikeout percentage, so he will swing and miss, but compared to Joey Gallo, he might as well be Ted Williams.
The most famous baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth.
Number 3, Andrew Benintendi. He's somebody that Yankees fans are familiar with. He came up with the Red Sox, always played the Yankees tough when he came to the Bronx. He's got a swing that's tailor-made for the right field porch. But that being said, he's not a power hitter. Right now, he's flirting with 300. He's got a 360 on-base percentage at the time of this recording. OPS hovering around 750. And frankly, you could do a lot worse as a left fielder. He's in the 65th percentile of outs above average, and he's about an average runner. Every year when we're talking about trades, we all have our personal favorites that we think would be a good fit for the team. I think Ian Happ might be that guy for me. He's a switch hitter. He's got power. He played well in Yankee Stadium when they came to visit a couple of weeks ago. He knows Anthony Rizzo. They were teammates last year, so he can help him make the adjustment of coming to play in New York in a pennant race. You look at his StatCast metrics, and they're phenomenal. Above average in several areas, including walk percentage, which we know the Yankees love, chase rate, sprint speed, average exit velocity, all things that we know the Yankees love. His chase rate is 69%. That's nice. He's got a good swing. I mean, it's kind of the prototypical swing for a left-hander to do well in Yankee Stadium. Wouldn't be surprised if his power numbers went north after coming to the Yankees. He won't be cheap because he's probably the best center fielder that's likely going to be traded. I would be willing to deal somebody like an Oswald Peraza, but I can't see the Yankees dealing Volpe or Dominguez for Ian Happ.
If you don't like it, you're fired. You haven't hired me yet.
And this may be a pipe dream on my part and on the part of many baseball fans and Yankees fans, but Juan Soto, there's a non-zero chance that Juan Soto will be traded. The GM of the Nationals has come out and said, we're not trading Juan Soto, but Juan Soto's camp has essentially said they're not going to re-sign. They're going to go to free agency, and the Nationals just aren't going to sign him for $500 million. It's not going to happen. He's probably going to want to come to a big market, and it makes sense. If the Yankees are going for it, and you're the favorites headed into the playoffs, to go for that World Series title by getting the best player that could conceivably be available. Now, what would it cost for Juan Soto? Your guess is as good as mine, but you can start with the deed to Yankee Stadium. This guy is going to cost you a ton of prospects. He's going to cost you a ton to re-sign. But with Aaron Judge just settling his one-year arbitration pact with the Yankees, he will be a free agent. And Juan Soto would give you that backup in case Judge bolts. Maybe a long shot, but it could be a game changer if it happens. Well, this is my 41st prediction this season. So far, we're batting 500. Most recent prediction was that Judge would hit a home run. He hit 2 on Wednesday night. My next prediction is kind of a long-term prediction. I think at some point over the next couple of months, the Yankees are going to trade for Ian Happ. From this list, I think he is the best fit at the best price, and I think that's the way Cashman's going to go.